Hi guys, welcome back to the Horror Report. Today I wanted to go over capital punishment or the death penalty. I've had a lot of friends ask me about this and where I stand on it, and I always base my opinion with scripture because I think God should always be your foundation. So I have a couple scriptures here I want to share with you guys, and we'll start with an Old Testament verse, which is Exodus 21:12. And it says, "He that smiteth a man so that he die shall be surely put to death." I think that's pretty clear on what that says. To sum it up, it says, if a man kills someone, he shall be put to death. And that's a Bible verse. And I feel like a lot of people would say, well, the death penalty isn't pro life. I think it's pro life because someone does not have the right to take someone else's life. And I think when someone else does it, it's basic justice to have that person also killed as well. And I think it's really important that we know this, especially because it's in the Bible, the Book of Mormon, and these things matter. So, and then I have a Book of Mormon verse here, which is 1 Nephi 14:13, or 4:13, sorry. "Behold, the Lord slayeth the wicked to bring forth his righteous purpose. It is better that one man should perish than that a nation should dwindle and perish in unbelief." I really, really like that verse just because it is very clear, just like the last verse we read. But it says, "Behold, the Lord slayeth the wicked to bring forth his righteous purpose." And I think us as a nation, we do need to have a more righteous purpose. And the Lord slayeth the wicked to bring forth his righteous purpose. And I think it's important to know that. The last one I have is a Doctrine and Covenants verse, D&C 42:19. And again, I like to emphasize again because that's really important. "I say, thou shalt not kill, but he that killeth shall die." I like to take this verse in a couple ways because he says, "He that killeth shall die." I think that could mean dying spiritually, but also being killed physically because that's how it should be. God has a very high law, and I think that's very important to follow. Obviously, these scriptures support the death penalty, and I think as Christians, we always focus too much on grace. God's judgment is very strict, and there's a lot of like qualifying components to getting into heaven, and he's a very strict law, and I think us as Christians have to follow that. That's all I have for today. Thank you for joining me. I will see you all next on the next Hope Report.